Hello, welcome back to Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex, with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Poogie. So, we are going to finish off the last regular stages, and the final boss fight against Cortex, well, sort of, it's against Crunch again, but yeah. So these are the final regular levels in things. Starting off with the level that I really should have actually listed last, Cortex Vortex. Yes, named seemingly after the machine that created Crash and I guess Torna and Go-Go. I don't know about Go-Go, but definitely Torna. Anyway, that being said, yeah, this is a weird level, this one, and probably would suit the rush up towards Dr. Neo Cortex himself, but there you go, apparently I've covered it first. So yeah, there is one segment that is infamous here. We also see the return of the those annoying shield minions that we saw back in the likes of Spaced Out and Piston It Away in Crash 2. And thankfully with the Death Tornado spin, should I say, it isn't so bad to get rid of, or so hard to get rid of them. Also here are these platforms here. The electrified platforms here apparently move up towards the electrodes and pretty much can electrocute Crash and, although, big load of trouble for the Bandicoot. Oh yes. So yeah. And this is also the first Crash game based off of the original Naughty Dog games. In fact, it's the only the game prior to, I guess, Insane Trilogy and the GBA games. Not going to count Crash Fusion here, or Crash Orange, because I've never played that, so I might cover it later. But anyway, it's the first one that does not have Cortex's boss theme in the game. Yes, seriously. But, that being said, yeah, instead it gets a whole new soundtrack, which I can understand, even though I do, given how to me, how iconic Cortex's theme in its many forms is, seriously, so, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about that. And once again, a good show of the Death Tornado spin as a way of clearing a huge part of the level. As for the gem path, well, we have more flamethrowers and more pitfalls. Yes, which is a thing. I honestly didn't know what to do with the thing, with the footage here, but I decided to leave it in because I did want to show off the jet path, even though. So, that being said, let's see. Flamethrowers, I've not talked about yet. They basically move up and down like some of those stupid swan things, I guess. Not that it matters, the Death Tornado spin easily covers most obstacles. Seriously, it is absolutely overpowered in Wrath of Cortex. I've already said that. So yeah. Also, these force fields are annoying. Yeah, seriously. Not only, although you could clear them with the double jump. Yeah. Now here is the area I'm talking about. A whole wall full of nitros here. And the only way to get across here is to sneak. Yeah, seriously, and it just looks really weird. Seriously, I admit, if this were in a regular Crash game, where you didn't have the tiptoe movement, I think I would find this very, very difficult indeed. Not that I'm had trouble with blah blah earlier, so yeah. So let's see, aim and fire, I think. Yep, there we go, and more back. So yeah, there. Likewise with Crash 3, because I'm covering the final levels of the final regular levels, there are some unlockable levels you get with be collecting relics in the same way as in Crash 3. So yeah, I will be covering the unlockable levels because there is a 6th warp room. So yeah, and the levels there are actually quite interesting because all but one of them are based on a gimmick. But I'll get to that. So yeah, so with that gem in hand, let's see the rest of Cortex Vortex. So yeah. Unfortunately, that does mean having to get the rest of the boxes, but there you go. So, yeah. And is it me, or are the Cortex minions now dressed as Neo from the Matrix? Seriously, they're dressed as frigging Neo from the Matrix. All we need to do now is somehow get Keanu Reeves to voice them. Yes. Legend that he is. Anyway, that being said, let's go over here and jump over this way, and oh boy, this is going to be tough. Yeah, I'm Trump's. If I'm... Well, you know, 3 Aku Master Ooga Booga Power! Yeah, Ooga Booga Power, and well needed here because we have a bunch of nitros, and I suppose I could... it could be, should I say, easily destroyed with the Oompa Fruit Bazooka, but it's nice to have the Ooga Booga Power. So, yeah, 3 minions here, all tossing. No, they're shooting their lasers. So yeah, and I didn't know they could reach the nitros there. Or they could blow them up at least. So yeah. Can I aim, please? Thank you! And then Crash just walks slowly towards there. So yeah, that is Cortex Vortex. Easily the, especially with the gem path, probably one of the hardest levels I've seen in the game. So where to? Because we have 3 more stages before the final boss. So yeah, so where to next? Well, I am going to go to Great Balls of Fire. Yes, Great Balls of Fire indeed. Yeah. Let's see what this one's about. Well, it's another space level. Yeah, apparently I'm covering it here as well. And right off the bat we are seemingly going for a bit of a hang and pie sort of thing here with the monkey bars. And it actually reminds me a bit of the Death Star, seriously. Again, given that we also have the Death Egg in the Sonic games, it certainly isn't the first game to borrow from Star Wars. So this is more in terms of design. Hell, Traveler's Tales would later do the Lego Star Wars series, so I guess it kind of fits, even though I don't know if Traveler's Tales initially intended to do the Lego Star Wars series, but there you go. Once again, we have platforms that shift off to the side. Likewise with the future levels in Crash 3, the difference is they move a lot slower than in Crash 3. Looks like we crash on the monkey bars, so I guess you're given a bit more time, though it does also mean that if you try and cross them with the Death Tornado spin, then you're out of luck, I'm afraid. So let's drop down here, and there's also a segment where we have a chase segment. Yeah, seriously. I don't hate Traveler's Tale for trying to make a good game. Some of the levels do actually look good, I've said so thus far, so I don't think Wrath of Cortex is akin to, is nearly as bad as Sonic 06. Seriously, I'll say that now. No, it isn't. If we're going to compare it to Sonic 06, no, it is not the equivalent of Sonic 06. It is generally trying to be a decent game. Some of the maneuvers Crash does are very good. I've already mentioned the Death Tornado spin multiple times, and it is just sometimes the way the levels are done seems a bit weird. Some of them, at least. But anyway, yeah, there we go. This is the bonus stage, and more nitros here. which means more TP tools, I think. Either that or blowing them up, or just taking the lower path. I don't know. Probably easier than going TP tools on them. But we could easily just blow them up with the detonation switch at the end of the bonus stage. I don't know. So yeah, and other than that, what can I say? So, let's go back to the main stage, and yeah, I remember though that there isn't kind of a warning sign with these platforms, if you ask me, because I mean with the future levels in Crash 3, they sort of had a warning going sort of like that. No, my interpretation of it is horrible, but they did give you fair warning. In this one, not so much. And what do you know, we've got the mech back, complete with the Wumpa Fruit Bazooka. Again, I don't hate the mech, I actually quite like it. So now here comes the chase segment. With seemingly someone opening the airlock. Now we have to outrun a giant inferno. And likewise with the giant tidal wave in Tsunami, this goes away very quickly if you're able to outrun it. Again, video game logic and also cartoon logic. Yeah, because that door can easily contain oh! No! Okay, never mind! Apparently we are getting a second wind here. So be it. And rather awkwardly placed exclamation box there. Seriously. Might not know to get it. Okay. Now I think we're done. Right? Or maybe not. Maybe we'll get a third win here. Yeah, we do. Okay. We'll give kudos to Traveler's Tales for again exceeding my expectations in this game. Seriously. It's not like Tsunami at all, they've actually made it harder. Now we are done. So yeah, it's even a checkpoint thankfully. And now this stage goes all sort of lights out. Not quite, because unlike with Lights Out, of course, we don't need Aku to show our way in the darkness. So it is actually easier than Lights Out. There's the crystal, but it is harder to see if you're playing this, I think, on the regular HD TV, if you don't have it with any sort of HD conversion on your TV or PS2. Same with the GameCube, really. So, yeah, it's probably easy to see if you do have it's full HDs or whatever. But there we go. We are done. There's the gem. And so what will be the next level? Well, let's see. We are going to Medieval Madness. This is the final Atmosphere stage. And this is interesting because I started off with an Atmosphere stage. So let's see how this goes. So yeah, this is a medieval sort of level, based in the castle. So yeah, I believe the Crash baddies also return. I think most definitely Tiny does. Yeah, Tiny Tiger. There are multiple pathways, likewise with Eskimo Roll, which I foolishly labeled Avalanche. It is not Avalanche, it is Eskimo Roll, the Atmosphere stage that is set in the frozen wastelands and whatnot. So yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing this is at the outside of the castle. Maybe this is set in the same area as, well, the medieval levels in Crash 3. Although, having said that, we now have these mysterious-looking pods which slow down Crash, but they don't really do any damage to him, thankfully. This one's a bit more like a maze. Again, I guess Eskimo Roll was... Well, this one definitely is. I got this wrong. This is not the final Atmosphere stage. We have one more as an unlockable, and that was set in space. I'll cover that in the next episode. But yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, we have Dark Fog, and there's Tiny Tiger. once again acting as a block. Sorry, Tiny. Maybe you'll get some better comeuppance in some later games. Probably not in It's About Time, however, because yeah, Dingodile took your place. Yeah, and let's not mention how he got turned into Mr. T in Crash of the Titans. Seriously, I wouldn't think about that. No, that was a great disservice to Tiny's character. Anyway, that being said, I guess it was in that universe, given what has happened since the creation of It's About Time. And now that we have these giant pusher hammer things, yeah, they will push you off the stage. And when you're gaining knowledge, of course, they go into the water, thus losing your life. So, now we have these platforms. And they move up very quickly. Move down slowly, but they move up very quickly. And I do like the idea of the atmosphere stages. Even if it gets infuriating Super Monkey Ball, because I'm not sure. Momentum is similar to Super Monkey Ball, but unlike Super Monkey Ball, as I say, you won't go and actually control the characters, not the floor. That was the case in Super Monkey Ball, control the floor. So, let's see. Anything off to the right there? Yeah, I'm going to wonder that I ever decided to play Wrath of Cortex. But there you go. So I'll wander through. Oh boy, nitros. So, anything goes off to the left there? Well, more boxes, but a dead end. Yeah. So, ooh, what's this? Yes, a platform that goes upwards and flames crash into the air! Okay, that's awesome! That's friggin' awesome! So let's see, well, this thing, and apparently, yeah, I'm gonna go by the clone theory I went with in Eskimo Roll. I dare say, either Cortex or Engine cloned Tiny, Dingodile, and Entropy. And I guess maybe Engine. I don't know if Engine shows up there. There's Dingodile with his flamethrower. So yeah, and Entropy. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the cloning theory here. Really makes sense. So let's see. Here's the maze segment. Here we have to go through a maze. With water below, and Dingodile off to the right once again, and also Entropy. Seriously, I've already vented my anger about the ones who are most wasted potential, especially for Entropy in the game, so I'm not going to do it here now. Seriously. So instead, let's go up this way and so, there's the crystal and another Dingodile clone. In fact, Dingodile actually shoots, like he does in his boss fight in Crash 3, fireballs into the air, so yeah. And then it goes all bamboozled on us for the last part of the level. Almost, at the very end is the nitro switch, and then, still have some more boxes, so we're not done. Yeah, so let's see, where does this take us? Into a quagmire. Yes, a frigging quagmire. And we've seen this bit, so I'll skip ahead.
Congratulations, Crash. You should be proud of yourself. Not only have you collected all the crystals in record time, but you also defeated the elementals. Let Crunch and me be the first ones to congratulate you.
By pummeling your sad Bandicoot frame into a pulp. Come and get it.
Yeah, the final boss is against Crunch himself. Once again powered up with various masks that are similar to the elementals. Firstly, a bunch of rocks will fall from the thing. I guess that's Rocco's power. And then what will happen is that Crunch will toss Cortex into the ring, and Uka will have to pull him back. I don't know what Crunch is doing, thinking of doing that, but there you go. Actually, I think the first one was Pyro, not Rocco, because this is Rocco, and then Pyro once again. So yeah, you have to avoid the rocks, and then apparently Crunch will be stunned, and then once again toss Cortex into the ring. I don't know why he does that. Seriously. If Cortex had his way, maybe be able to defend himself, but no! Apparently not! So now, once again, okay, there's Pyro, Rocco, I don't know what the other one was, maybe that's Lolo, I don't know. Those are icy moves, seriously. But yeah, and Pyro's move is to create fires from below, and do that. To hit Crunch, you have to use the Oompa Fruit Bazooka, and then just hit Cortex with either a slide or a thing, or a spin. So yeah. Now what is Lolo, and that will cause various electrical nodes to hit you. So yes, it can be a tough boss, and yes, it can. Tougher than Crash 3's final boss. Let's say Cortex, this thing does not play here. No, because yeah, Cortex doesn't do much at all. All you do is hit him with Crash. You don't. Crunch is the bigger threat than Cortex, and yeah. Apparently, Crash can be saved from being frozen in this case. So yeah, no longer does he need the aid of Aku, seemingly. Even though that was the case in the games, because if Crash did get frozen in the Naughty Dog games, it would most certainly result him in losing a life, but apparently not here. Apparently, yeah, each of the elementals does take part in this fight, so yeah, easily a very tough fight indeed. So, what else have I said? I don't know, because Crash did die there, so yeah. The ending, oh boy, wait until you see the ending credits. This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Seriously. Well, maybe not for a game from the early 2000s, I guess.
Didn't you ever let me win? What do you want from me, you cretin?
Cortex! You realize that Crash may have collected all the crystals, but he doesn't have the gems. With the gems, we can resurrect the masks one last time and destroy that Bandicoot once and for all.
And this, I kid you not, is the ending. You see Crash and the disco guy dancing to what sounds like a Euro dance song that wouldn't be out of place from the late 90s. I guess it fits. So yeah, and that was Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. So yeah, what do I think of this game? Going into it, I thought I would enjoy the GameCube game more, but to be honest, I actually now want to play the PS2 version of this game. Seeing this has convinced me that this version of the game may well be the better version, even though it does have the problem of loading times. Despite that, I actually prefer the look of this version. Yeah, seriously, I might well consider doing this, I don't know. But, that being said, yeah. So, the graphics are decent for what it was in the early 2000s. The gameplay, besides the problem with the underwater levels and everything, actually looks decent. I can tell that Traveler's Tales were trying to make a decent Crash game, especially since they had to abandon their project of Crash Worlds and whatnot. So yeah, so I think this is worth a look in. So, on the next episode, I will cover the unlockable levels. And I will actually now show the 100% ending. So, I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!
Can't you ever let me win? What do you want from me, you creep? No, Uka Uka, I can explain. It's too late for that now!
I don't think you should have done that.
Oh, no. Where am I? Hey, wait a second. That annoying scientist doesn't have control over me anymore. Where is that pathetic twerp?
There's no time for that now, Crunch.
Danger. Critical power overload in Evil Space Station. Run for your lives.
I think your energy bolt caused a slight chain reaction. It might be wise if we made our way to the escape pods.
This is all your fault! If you hadn't ducked out of the way, none of this would have happened!
This doesn't look good.
Hey, any of you guys need a ride?
Crash, Coco, Aku, I'm grateful to all of you. If it weren't for you, I'd still be under the control of Dr. Cortex. Thank you for believing in me, guys.
You're welcome, Crunch. Hey, do you think that's the last we'll see of Dr. Cortex and Uka Uka?
I'd like to believe that, my children. But somehow, I doubt that very much.
Idiot! Fool! Nincompoop! You've landed us in the middle of nowhere! Ouch! Whoa! No, wait! I can explain! Ah! I'll get my revenge, Crash Bandicoot! Just you wait!